So when explaining topics like the future, everyone could speculate what's going on, and I personally am constantly jumping from the fundamentals of what are going on technically in the engineering world and processes to politics and policy, where that's all going, and somewhere in between is culture and leadership of the company, and how that fits into society. So for me, my mind is kind of bouncing around a lot, just trying to make sense of this all, and really filter it in a way that is digestible when I reproduce it. And so for me, I'm working on two aspects of the left hand company model right now, which is left hand engineering and left hand learning. And so for me, I never want to be a band-aid. When I go in and set out to solve a problem, we're going to approach it from the root cause aspect. And unfortunately, in the engineering world, when you get down to that root cause and you start looking around, that's where all the skeletons are, and you find a problem here and a problem there, and what you thought was going to be a 3-month project turns out to be a 9-month or 2-year project. But again, to do it right, and as Simon Sinek now presents it as the infinite problem, the infinite solution, is how are you going to continuously improve your company so that it's around while you're running it, and then the future. So for me, part of the reason why I've been developing left-hand learning is, where are we going to be in 10 years? And it's a little bit complex of a problem, but what is going on is 3 different things are going to happen. And technology is not there in a way that's similar to cell phones 10 years. We're not there yet. And it's going to be the development of 5G, the Internet of Things, and then machine learning or artificial intelligence. So what I believe is going to happen is the technologies of what my mentor has told me, that's going to stand at the bar stool of 3 legs, and whatever's sitting on that stool is the manufacturing of tomorrow. And what I've kind of coined the glass factory is the technology is not there yet. You can see it from an Amazon, from a larger company standpoint. They have the research and development and the capital to invest in these products and further develop them. But working down to the smaller manufacturing companies, one, the technology just isn't affordable yet, and it isn't as user-friendly as it needs to be. So over these next 10 years, what will happen is 5G is going to come online. I know people are hearing about it now. We are in the middle of COVID-19, April of 2020. 5G, that 5G network is starting to come out, and I think that will be a whole other explanation of what 5G is. I personally am still learning a lot more about it, but it's a different broadband wavelength compared to cellular and 3G and 4G specifically. Totally different hardware setup. So from an infrastructure standpoint, you need to rebuild out that network, similar to what the wireless companies did over the past 10 years with LTE. So while that's being built out, the Internet of Things is going to be worked on, and machine learning is going to be worked on as well. And so let's just assume that under your manufacturing roof, we're capable of achieving a 5G network, where anywhere within that facility, you can hook up your device, whether it's your cell phone, your CNC machine, your brake press, your tablet. You can hook it up to your network. And so what's going to be different from today and tomorrow is in today's world, machines are able to talk to each other, but not in the most efficient manner. As I'm sure you know, cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth has, yes, progressed a ton from a technological standpoint, but it's still not up to par with the amount of data we need to download to really start using AI. So over these next 10 years, the 5G network is going to be built out. And with that, the Internet of Things, so the ability for machinery to talk to a network is going to be improved on as well. And so with that, now we're going to have 3 different legs of this stool that can be used in unison. So now, rather than looking at any problem we have from an automation standpoint or from a manufacturing or a sales standpoint, it's all reactive. We're looking at data, we're trying to digest it, and then project it into the future. Whereas in 10 years from now, all of that machine learning is going to be doing it for us. So to walk through what's going to actually happen is anytime that machinery is running or not running, it's going to be collecting data and bringing it up to the cloud and continuously updating that. And so now that we have 5G that can transmit and talk to hundreds of different devices from one tower at the gigabyte per second rate, all of this data can be continuously dumped onto some cloud-based network. The Internet of Things, the machines are capable of talking to the network now in a reliable fashion, and then now the network itself, similar to highways or rivers, is wide enough that it can move that amount of volume of data, of bits and bytes. And so with that massive set of data, now we can start applying the algorithms developed. And it's not going to be some machine learning style AI iRobot thing. It's really just going to start as optimization programs, understanding uptime, downtime of machinery, preventative maintenance, studying cycles of repeat customer parts so that you can shave seconds here or there. And what's going to happen is now your system is going to be working more efficiently, and you're going to start uncovering all these different gaps. And what those gaps are capacity. And so now we have this world where everyone can log into these portals. Amazon's already doing it. You can quite literally order a tube of toothpaste and watch that little blue dot on your screen be delivered to your house. Now think about that. It's a toothpaste. Manufacturers are going to want the same thing in their supply chain, both up and downstream. Company ABC is going to want to log into company XYZ's portal and take a look at their order and understand how much material do I need to deliver by when, and then when do I have to schedule trucks? Is it in 18 hours? Is it in 16 hours? Is it in 2 weeks? But by logging in and understanding that this whole system is live within this glass factory now, companies are going to take a look at it. And similar to what Amazon's doing in the consumer world, it's going to happen in the manufacturing world. Companies that adopt this style of manufacturing are going to be the ones that benefit. So more on that later when I have a little bit more time to think about it.